So it's absolutely lovely to see you again. Thank you very much indeed for your time. I can't believe it is 5 years since we last spoke to you, but you've been busy in that time since your first novel. But you've now produced The Blue Mansion, which I know a lot of people are talking about. So perhaps we can just kick off with what is the Blue Mansion and where is it?
The Blue Mansion is it was someone's building before. It used to belong to Pablo Paredes, who was a lawyer back in the 50s and 60s, and now it's been converted into a museum. It's on the Turkish military land, and they preserved it. It's just the way it was when he was living there. And there are so many fascinating stories about the Blue Mansions, short stories that they tell you while you're walking through the house. And basically, the book has never been done before. So I thought to myself, it's a good opportunity to get all these stories together and write a book about historical fiction book about the building and Pablo's life.
This is set in two different times, isn't it? The 1950s and virtually the present day. How did you write that? Did you write like the 1950s section almost as a novel in itself and then integrated it into the book? Or did you write it like we read it? A 1950s chapter, a present day chapter?
I have to be different. I didn't want to write a historical fiction book of just one timeline and just the stories. I wanted to be much more than that. So basically, you get Pablo Paredes, his his life, and then there is past and a present. So there is also a storyline of today, and two researchers, Sarah Robson and Murat. They're researching the Blue Mansion, and also another story with the. There was also the King's Treasure in Akdeniz. So I basically combined those two stories of the Blue Mansion, and they're researching whether it's, the King's Treasure is connected to the Blue Mansion. And at the end, basically, the past and the present collide. And I don't give too much away because I don't want to ruin it for people.
No, it's a great read. So what was it? I mean, doing it that way, did that then enable you to make it more of a thriller, of a drama? You could pull on the historical facts, but because you're bringing in these two current day people, you could turn it into a bit of a whodunit.
I mean, I always loved unexpected twists, especially at the end of a story. And most of my books have them. And The Blue Mansion isn't just a series of stories about Paredes. It's actually moves between the two timelines, the past and the present. And they, as I said, they collide in a way that gives the reader a real surprise at the end. I reckon it's an entertaining book. It's more descriptive than my other books. Usually I'm not as descriptive as most writers. I like to keep things moving fast, but I put quite a lot of, I had to put quite a lot of description in because it's a historical fiction book as well as a novel. So
it's quite difficult sometimes to tell the difference between what we know as fact concerning the Blue Mansion and your own imagination about things that we don't know about the Blue Mansion. That must have been fascinating to write.
That's another thing. Then that's a very interesting question. It's basically there is no evidence whether how they existed. We know that there's a picture of him. There was a man living there, But whether he was the lawyer of Makarios, whether he was a gun runner, we don't know because there's no evidence. But another thing I found, I went there about 4 or 5 times when I was writing. It took me 3 years to write almost. And I went to the Blue Mansion about 5 times to do some research. Well, 6 times if you don't count the first time. I went there and it was, because of the pandemic, it was closed. So I came back to Girne again. But there is, every time I went there, and I went on a few tours, the soldiers who were giving the tour, they changed the story slightly. And when I questioned one of them about it, they said, oh, this is what was told to me. So throughout the years, I reckon the story has changed so much. And as I said, there is no evidence that this is actually true, or there's no evidence if there's a secret tunnel. But that's actually worked out better for me when writing story, because I put my own twist to it, and I didn't have to make sure that I could. I had more freedom to write the book.
Yeah, it must be interesting to go to a place like that, though. So, I mean, the fact that they've turned it into a museum, somebody must have thought at some point there's a story to be told here.
That is correct, and it's very interesting what they did. I don't think there are many buildings, especially in Cyprus, that have been preserved. And it is such an eccentric building, and I'm happy that they kept it as a museum, because it's. I recommend anyone who hasn't been there to go and have a look, because it is a lot different. It's and now it's time to also to pick strawberries, and they have a lot of strawberry fields in that area. So it's a nice time to go now and have a day with the family, a nice Sunday or a Saturday, and pick your strawberries and go and have a look at the museum, the Blue House. But if you do go, don't forget your passports, because they don't allow you in without a passport.
Because it is on military land, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. For those who aren't sure of its location, can you let us know where in the island it is?
It's in Çamlıbel, on the way to Güzeryurt. That's the west of the northwest coast.
Right.
And as I say, it's an eccentric building, not just the inside, but also the location. It's built in such a location that you can't see it from the outside, but once you're inside, you have a beautiful scene of the surrounding land. So that's another thing. It's an interesting experience.
Yeah. What feedback have you had about the book from people that perhaps know the Blue Mansion?
Oh, people who've been there and read it loved the book. So far the feedback has been positive. Everyone says something different. There are people who say to me that my books aren't descriptive enough, and there are other people who says that they're over descriptive. So you can't please everyone. But at the end of the day, I'm a writer. I also like to paint. I also do music, and I realize that you can't please everyone. But as long as you're happy with the product that you produce, it's the best you can do. That's the important thing, I reckon. And
go on.
No, that's it.
I don't want to give anything away, because it's a fantastic read, and I read the whole thing very unusually for me in a day and a half.
Oh, wow.
I barely put the book down, and
so it took me 3 years to write, and you read it in a day.
Yes. Yes, I was going to mention that, but we can't talk about the ending, but I can tell you the ending left me absolutely gobsmacked. And I thought, if I had been watching a television series and not reading your book, I would have said the writers did that because there might well be a sequel. So that's what I'm asking you. Have you left it open? Might there be a Blue Mansion 2?
funnily enough, several people asked me this question: are you going to do a number 2? But I think all the stories that they tell you during the tour, it's in the book. So if I do something like that, it will be go off track slightly, and plus it would make it would be a completely different book if there was one. It wouldn't be called The Blue Mansion, because that's the end of The Blue Mansion. It comes right to the end of Paradis's life, and the news. But the story continues because there are 2 separate timelines in the book. So it would be a completely different book, which is it may be something to consider in the future. Perhaps, but
you're not saying no, basically.
I'm not saying no, and I'm not saying yes. So
hedging your bets, but they're such great characters. So I could see, something further with Sarah as well, going forward, and her relationship with North Cyprus. So we'll leave it with you, Nick.
I mean, a lot of people compared. They saw some similarities in this book with Playing in Paradise. I don't know if you read, because there was also Andrew Ashford, who was a footballer who came to North Cyprus, and he meets Sarah, and they go around the island. So it's very. There are some similarities with the present storyline. So. Maybe it's just my style of writing, or maybe it's because I moved here from England. So it's parts of it's probably I put my own life in it as well, without realizing.
Yeah. What's your process of writing? I mean, you said it took a little while to write The Blue Mansion, because you were obviously what's the word I'm looking for? Sorry. Researching it as you went along. So do you find it easy to write?
The Blue Mansion was a lot more challenging than my other books. For example, Playing in Paradise, which you can see here, and the Mexican Girl, they're a lot easier because I wasn't. There was no history involved, but I had to do a lot of research for The Blue Mansion. I had to do a lot of research on the internet. I spoke to people. I went to the Blue Mansion, as I mentioned, 4 or 5 times, and I spoke to the different the soldiers there, and got their thoughts on it, and they were very helpful. And also, I had a bigger team behind me. I had the first editor, second editor, a number of proofreaders. So it was quite a big project. We became a team, and it, as I say, took 3 years, and a lot of hard work went into it. And I really enjoyed doing it, and I'm very happy with the finished product. And I think I managed to pull it off, because it was very difficult to write 2 different timelines. What I was taking it one by one. I had the storyline, and basically it changes from chapter to chapter for the past and the present. So I was taking each chapter as a time, and it was quite challenging compared to the other books.
Yeah. But it comes out very well. Whereabouts can people get the book? Where do you sell it?
It's on, if they want to buy it online, if they're living abroad, away from, if they're not in North Cyprus, they can buy it on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Waterstones, and many other bookstores, online bookstores. And if they're in Cyprus, bestseller sells then Deniz Plaza, Işık Kitap Evi, and who else? Rüstem Kitap Evi. There's quite a few shops in local bookshops here that sell it.
Excellent, good.
So what about the future? When we spoke to you 5 years ago, you said you weren't a full-time author. You did plenty of other things. Is there a new book in the?
At the moment, I'm. The thing is, when I'm writing a book, I can't get into any novels. I like reading, but I'm always thinking about the book I'm writing. So basically, I'm reading different novels at the moment, and once I get inspired, I'll start writing again, probably. But at the moment, I'm not really getting inspired. I think it's all the bad things that are happening around the world, all the wars. It's putting me on a bit of a downer at the moment. I'm just not getting inspired to write anything new. I mean, I'm writing a lot of rock music these days. I write music. I go through phases where I'm doing oil paintings, music, or writing, and at the moment I'm writing music.
Brilliant.
And when you say you're writing music, are we going to be able to hear any of your efforts?
Well, actually, I have an album on Spotify called Between the Shadows. Basically, it's I wrote the music and I performed it, but it's not. I changed my voice quite a bit. It's been auto-tuned and digitally enhanced, so it's not my actual voice, but it's my songs and it's my music, and I wanted to share it. And yes, you can listen to it on Spotify.
Wow, we shall certainly do that. That's for sure.
Thank you.
Okay, Sarah, have you anything else?
No, I think that's great. We've got loads there. Is there anything else you wanted to add, Nick?
Thank you very much for inviting me to your podcast, and it's my second ever podcast. I've been on a series of radio shows, so it's been a privilege. Thank you so much.
No, not at all. I can't believe it's 5 years since we last spoke.
No, I thought
in Paradise.
I thought it was only 2-3 years ago. So it's amazing. 5 years.
I know, bonkers, isn't it?
It is. It really is.
Well, hopefully it won't be that long before we chat to you again about something else that you're up to, whether you have an art exhibition or you're out playing your music. Let us know what you're doing.
Anytime. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well done, sir. And good luck and thanks.
Nice to see you again, Nick. You take